common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Wow.
Had to triple my bag.
Yeah.
Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Duo live show here at Learn Crypto, your one-stop shop for crypto and stock technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and news. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button, or join us at patreon.com/learncrypto to get all of our money-making ideas. My name is Nick Hellman.
I'm Todd Butterfield.
A man with a plan taking us to Lambo Land. Let's see if we can get a couple people to get in this live chat on YouTube. We see the Wise Tent in here. What's going on? And yeah, a little bit of a red bloody day. The Monday after a weekend, people are kind of checked out. How you feeling today, Todd?
I'm feeling good. I really was wanting some weakness here, and we did break to a new intermediate term low here on Bitcoin, so I still think a little bit lower, and yes, Dash up 27%.
And that's kind of one of the only things that's been doing good in the market, and something we've been talking about, and we'll see over here on CoinGecko if you give me the screen, is the privacy sector. We've been talking about Zcash. We've been talking about the Wyckoff markings for Zen that have played out, and of course, Dash has been a major outperformer this weekend as well.
Definitely. I mean, all markets are kind of moving as we're wanting, so let's jump in here and see what's happening.
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, Todd is in cash, selling Bitcoin higher, selling Ethereum higher, and Solana higher. So we're watching those. We're rooting for lower. It doesn't feel good. I wish Todd's indicators would give a buy right here, right now, as there is a 4-hour bullish divergence forming. That would be nice, but we just haven't got it yet. We see that Bitcoin is down 7.4% the past week. Ethereum down a staggering 14%. Major market weakness over there. As we know, there has been some bad news today. Balancer, a DeFi protocol on that network that was launched in like 2017, has been hacked for about $120 million so far. And of course, that is causing more downward pressure on Ethereum than it is on Bitcoin. And then, of course, we have Solana down 17%. Solana doesn't have an excuse of a hack over there. It just seems like a lot of JEETs, a lot of underperformance for Solana, and been very weak. BNB still down 13%, but still outperforming ETH and Solana, even after its glorious run to, like, I don't even know what that got up to, $1,400 or something like that. Back down to $1,000 BNB here. Still one of the leading cryptos in the Bay. But we got here, this is what everybody's talking about. Dash up 123% in the past 7 days, above $100, up 27% today, $113 Dash. And I think that's outperforming even Zen and Zcash. You see Zcash here up 12.5% in the past 7 days, up 4.6% in the past 24 hours. But Zcash has done a quiet 10x, Todd, out of nowhere since August, which is pretty wild. And then before I give you the charts, let's take a look and see what Zen has done so far in the daily and the weekly. It looks like it is up 103%, but that is for the max data. Let's see the past week. Past week, 35% gains. Past 24 hours, 4.9% gains. Past month, 78% gains on Zen. The privacy narrative and privacy sectors continues to be one of the strongest sectors in the whole space. Maybe Todd will look at a chart kind of going over that. We are long Zen due to the technometer, due to the Wyckoff markings, and due to us being long-term bullish on that project. So I'm sure we'll take a look at the chart here shortly. So Todd, what everybody wants to see is how low is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana going to go before you get another buy set up and we can get long again and start having fun?
Here's the Bitcoin chart. As I've talked many times, we got these overbought readings on our technometer that's called pretty well all the rallies. Last week, Ethereum got up to near a sell when Bitcoin was up there above 116. Bitcoin didn't give me another sell. It did register about a 48, I think it was. This chart looked like it's rounding over. I mean, it looks like a sign of weakness, last point of supply. If you follow Elliott wave, I mean, you could ABC down, ABC up, A down, and then another triangle, or an ABC up. Still could be working on a bigger triangle, which means we still could rally maybe to 113 and it'll still be bearish. But for right now, I think probably we had that big liquidation break. We had an a white B triangle up here to above 116 for a C up. And now we're really 1212 maybe. So if we get a bad close today, tomorrow, I still think we see some liquidation. I did read something, I don't know if Nick saw it, where they were talking about the average retail investor. I think they were saying the average retail was in at 111 or 112. And now the average investors on a loss for ETFs, etc. I think we need to shake those people, and a break down to 100, spike 98, I think will shake those people out, and then maybe give us a sustainable low to run to new highs again. So here's Ethereum still, same type of thing, much more weakness after that really big rally. I've been trying to trade Ethereum just to put some money in my pocket while we try to make these lows. You can see volume continuing to hit new lows today. Price basically is following it. Technometer's neutral here as well. So nothing to talk about here again. I mean, this low back here, these are kind of the lows on August 3rd that I'm thinking maybe we'll spike that. That'll take out a few longs. So maybe we break 33.54 on this pullback, and that would be a sustainable low. So that's something we're going to be looking at.
And nothing really fun happens in the crypto market until Ethereum can get above and close above the $5,000 level. You know, we've been kind of talking about that for a while now, and that's kind of how it's playing out so far. You've traded it good. It's good to have activity for people that are patreon.com/learncrypto members. Hopefully you've been taking the Bitcoin trades, the ETH trades, the BNB, the coin, everything else. Sometimes they're only 2%, 5%, 10% gainers, but stacking some of those while there's market indecision is the only way that you're going to make consistent profits. And we've done just that. In cash, looking to buy a dip. Like I said, I wish the indicators would give Todd a clear buy, because I want to be long here. I think we go higher through the end of the year and even into 2026. Thomas Lee thinks that by the end of the year, Bitcoin will be 150,000, Ethereum will be 7,000, and bullishness will continue into 2026. And the list goes on. But man, the news feed on Twitter has been just abysmal. Everybody's bearish. Everybody's wanting to short. Everybody's saying it's over. So it doesn't mean that you can't go lower, but I think they're going to be looking for, once it starts dropping, they're like, see, bull market's over, or we're going to 70K or 80K, and really you probably need to be buying that dip for the next run higher. The thesis of the 4-year cycle just doesn't match up anymore. It's already kind of broken, and now we're seeing monetary supply is going to be increasing, quantitative easing is going to be starting, and I think upward and onward would make a lot of sense. But what is wild is gold had that euphoric run, and so far Bitcoin has caught itself, but the low is like 103,000, so it isn't up all that much, and stocks keep going to new all-time highs, and Bitcoin just keeps floating around here along with ETH. And the theory is there's a lot of Bitcoin whales selling, which is true. You're kind of recycling those big-time holders out and getting new holders in, but the same isn't really the case for Ethereum. Ethereum doesn't have those massive whales, and Ethereum's still been drastically underperforming. Hasn't even gone to a new all-time high yet since its 2021 high. So we want to see that change. We need 5,000. We need to close above it, and then we can start having fun in the crypto market again. Do you think that time's ever coming, Todd, or is the cycle over and that's it, and you're going to be trading this thing all the way down to zero?
I mean, I think some of these alts needed traded down to zero. Bitcoin, I guess I still think we wipe out the 98,000. Maybe we try at a new all-time highs again. Then I think on that new all-time high, you better watch yourself on some of the altcoins, the shit coins, because then they might start a long-term drain to zero. So I don't think it's over with yet. I think you got to be careful. As I showed, the Bitcoin chart looks like it's rolling over a little bit here. So want to kind of see the downside and then see the next rally. For us, really, I just try to trade off the technometer readings and divergences between price and volume, and then throw a little bit of Elliott wave on top of it. And right now it still looks like we're lower. So I'm going to jump into a few of these charts that the chat's talking about. We got Dash here. You can see Dash had which we're getting a lot of those on the charts now. You've had this continued sell volume coming into Dash while the price works sideways. And then we just jump back up, and then straight up from 40 to 113. So I don't have much to add now. I mean, volume has been following that. That one looks like will continue to be type of thing. Sell volume continuing to come in, price going sideways. We're definitely testing the bottom of that down here at 50 cents. As I kind of keep saying, when I'm bullish on Ethereum, especially you probably want to jump on these type of coins. Any other coin that you're watching would be a good buy point. So I don't think we're there yet. So this is one that, you know, maybe we go down and take out the 50 level and catch a few sell stops, etc. As you can see here, volume new lows. So I don't think you want to jump on quite yet. Technometer 41. So
you want to take a look at Zcash and ZEN as well, because that kind of goes back to the privacy narrative. And those have been kind of the only things moving as of late.
Zcash, same type of chart. We had showed some divergences as well. You can see here volume trending down while price sideways. And even as you look further back here, you had new lows in volume, price moving sideways. So all of that pent up demand finally released to the upside. So, and Zen, same type of thing here. We had the accumulation phase. We talked about it on here. You had that nice jump to resistance, backed up right to it. We had an oversold technometer down there, 1075. I know we talked about that live on air. And then had the quick run to 22, quick break to 15, but caught itself again. Volume still not really coming in. You can see here I had marked, even coming into yesterday's low, volume still right at the recent lows. So, but that one looks like it just keeps getting supported on pullbacks.
Yep, it would be interesting. It would be lovely if Horizon wanted to play catch up to ZEC. Obviously, some people watching this might still have some Dash bags around. We played with Dash. Shoot all the way back in the 2017-2018 cycle, did very well on it. That's not in my portfolio currently, but out of these three, we do have a bag of Zen. I would say a bulk of people do. And then OGs might have a ZEC or Dash as a hodl position from the early days of Learn Crypto. So congrats, something in the portfolio may be moving, and we're watching along to see when you should cut those. But right now, they just keep catching themselves, keep doing relatively well, even with the general market being down and to the right. And Wyckoff likes to buy strength. So let's see if that narrative and trend can continue, because it is kind of a momentum trade, but it's not getting any help from Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, BNB. None of those are getting help from any of those chains currently. So if those things can catch a low at some point and rally, it would be interesting to see if you can get some kind of additional euphoria top for some of those assets, a clear selling indicator across the board on those before the next move.
I'm going to jump in real quick. Yannick mentioned cores, so we'll discuss this and a few more of the crypto-related stocks. Cores in front of us. Yannick, this is one that I did give to the stock Discord, and I did that down there around 19 and change. And yes, the red arrow is the sell I gave. I didn't like the way the markets were acting. I thought Bitcoin was going lower, as you know. So I said, I'm going to slide out of that with a small profit. Well, obviously that was a mistake. It has continued higher. But if you look at these other crypto-related, I did mention in the Discord, I was going to liquidate most of the positions and try to buy them back cheaper. So again, I did talked about that as strategy up at like 298. It's 268. Coin also, I think I really
369,
small profits there. Excuse me.
We sold Coinbase in the crypto Discord at 369 or 370, down 10% off of that high.
365, 370 up in there. I got those marked, and then same thing. SBET. Those are finding some weakness here, obviously, with Bitcoin, Ethereum popping off. So again, I'm looking to buy these back quickly. Nick had picked previous lows where he's still sitting here long with nice profits. I was just sliding out with some trading profits. And BMNR back there, 43. I talked about that up at 53.70, I think it was. So that one also came under pressure. That's one all these I want to pick up here as soon as I get bullish on Bitcoin again.
Let's see. Yannick says, good afternoon. Big House R on MEXC Exchange. ARRR. Is that some kind of pirate theme meme coin or what's going on there, Big House?
I'm going to go back to, I've got the chart here in front of us. So
Yannick says, yeah, I got stopped out of cores. It's like, hey, profit stops are profit stops. Small profits are still winners, so could be worse.
Yeah, Yannick and I talked about that as it was happening because I told him I'd made that mistake the next day. And then today it's had another big day. So ARRR Pirate Chain, that one's looking really well. Nice little pork blaster there ending at 20, straight to 54. I would buy that on any dip as well. Add to it, anything like that.
Big House said it's a privacy coin like ZEC and Dash. Well, there you go. That's why it's catching a little bit of strength. A lower cap privacy coin, and people are like, all right, I missed Zcash. What's next? And it's up to the privacy coins to get out there, get marketing, show why they're different, or if they have any protocol or products that are privacy related as well. Interesting. Let me look that up on CoinGecko.
I'm going to show another one here. I mentioned on the one live, I thought oil was turning up, so let me go to this one. Again, NBR, one that I thought would be was coming out of accumulation phase. You had the major divergence. You can see volume here continuing lower. Price jumped and backed up and off to the races. It's down there at 40.41. We're up big today. I think it's a 12.4%, 54.54. So that one I think probably just keeps rocking higher. I don't know if there's any real news today. I guess there was something. Yeah, I don't see anything specific today. So big gainer on that. I think oil probably continues higher. The XLE, same type of thing. Let me show that chart because I mentioned that in the stock Discord. Major divergence in this thing as well. XLE, you can see volume, new low, even at today's low. All these lows, and it just keeps trying acting like it wants to curl higher. So. And then again today, if you zoom in, sorry about all those dash lines, those are alarms from myself. They hit the alarm this morning and then came off of it. So let me get rid of one of those. And is reversed high. So that's one that, again, any movement up here above that 89.60 or so probably puts you on track for 93. And then from there, probably still a lot higher. So I don't know how that's going to play out. TLT, I've mentioned that one as well. And you've had 4 or 5 down days from there. That says higher interest rates. I don't know if we're going to crash in the 20-year like I think. That's got to be higher inflation. That's got to be some type of Fed issue. So we'll be watching that.
Higher interest rates as far as pretty much everything that they've been doing. They're not going to do any more cuts. QT is going to restart already? Is that?
I'd say no more cuts, and they're going to start talking about being worried about inflation.
That would be pretty wild considering, I think their mandate is looking like they want to do more cuts in December and more cuts in Q1, along with wanting to stop QT, I believe it was December 1st. So, yeah, that'd be wild. I mean, that'd probably be really bad for the markets if that happened.
Yeah,
just because they've been dovish. Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll watch that chart. I mean, that's 5 days down, pretty solid. We'll see how it bounces looking.
If you want to show my screen over here, here's a little hopium for everybody, a little laugh, little meme for you. Believe in something, Bitcoin and crypto people. Here's the image. Bitcoin isn't going to lose the race. It's just giving everybody a little head start, but it's going to slingshot in 2026 and catch up to bonds, silver, gold, real estate, stocks. We'll see what happens. History would tell you that's going to happen. Previous performance and kind of what it's been doing would tell you, hey, this thing should catch up. But maybe all the insiders, all the institutions, the president, everybody's wrong, and the Bitcoin top is actually in. I guess that's why we trade these assets, even though we want to be long, we want to be strong into the next year here. I think I have another meme down here. Somebody said the biggest bull cycle in crypto history. December 1st, 2024 was a $3.4 trillion market cap. Right now, a year later, November 2nd, we're at a $3.6 trillion. Even on the back of Bitcoin doing pretty well, Ethereum doubling up, we have barely moved anywhere. So you can either look at this as, hey, this is the bull market's over, all fugazi, this was the worst performing bull market ever, or you look at it and say, hey, the 4-year cycle is now a 5-year cycle, and really the fireworks haven't even started yet. We haven't had that retail FOMO. We haven't had that euphoric move higher, and that's what I lean towards, but it's more crazy because it's like even gold had that blow off top. That thing went up for 9 weeks straight and had retail investors around the corner while it was a $30 trillion project, essentially, company asset, $30 trillion. The entire crypto market right now is $3.6 trillion, and people think the top is in. So if the top is in, that was the weakest bull market ever. That wasn't very fun. We didn't make our riches. We're probably behind. The only way you made money is if you just bought and held Bitcoin and Ethereum. But even Ethereum didn't go to new all-time highs in the past 5 years. So you could have potentially still be down on your Ethereum right here, right now, even if you sold, because we still didn't get a new all-time high. So I find that hard to believe, but I guess that would correlate with Todd's chart that, hey, interest rates are actually going to go up. QT is coming back on. They're not actually going to stop it, and the Fed is going to flip from dovish to hawkish. That would be a disaster, but I guess we keep our minds open. We keep looking at the charts, and we try to make profits along the way.
Yeah, I think we just, for trading, definitely we got to try to put on low risk trades and take out what we can out of the markets. And we still got our hurdle bags we've had since we really started this show in 2016. So those are still pretty big gains, obviously, but you got to trade some of the portfolio and got to put some money in your pockets and keep it moving. So while we're doing that, we do manage stock and crypto assets. So for regulators, let's run this disclaimer as always.
There's a high degree of risk involved in trading stocks and cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
All right, got that out of the way. Could go to the crypto bubbles. We've kind of talked about that here, Nick. Let's go over that. Start looking at that. Dash up that 25%. Aster down 19%.
Yeah, I mean, that's really interesting. That's kind of been what we've been talking about, keeping our eye on the privacy sector. ZEC, we sold, it's just kept going. But we kind of showed the Wyckoff markings on Zen. We picked a low on that like 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Hopefully you got long on one of those or you're already long on Zen. That thing's been looking strong. And now Dash out of nowhere, outperforming both of those. And Dash is another name that we named in the live shows that I named in the recordings about the privacy sector. So hopefully it's on your radar. It might be in your portfolio. And if you only own Zen, hey, root for Dash, root for ZEC, these other privacy coins that do well, because it's a narrative game. And if the narrative is there and the momentum is there, people are always going to be like, oh, I missed Dash. What else is there? Oh, look, Zen's only half the market capitalization. Let me jump on that one. So that's how this industry works. Somebody asked about R. It's the same thing. It's a privacy coin, Pirate, from back in 2021 cycle. I forgot all about it, and it's catching a bid due to the narrative in the entire market. Now, why is Aster interesting? Aster's one that me and Todd have been warning about, both of us showing charts that, hey, this thing needs to go way lower, somewhere slightly above $1. Then when it got to like $1.10, $1.20, we still didn't want to buy it. Still looked weak. We've hit a low of 84 cents. CZ then just said yesterday he bought it. The thing mooned back to like $1.10, and then this morning back below $1 again on the weakness in the overall market. So we've sidestepped that. Sometimes making no trade and sidestepping the hyped thing is a trade because we're saving funds, we're saving our portfolio on that move. Remember, when this thing was $1.50 to $2.25, everybody and their brother was talking about it. And right now it's sitting at below $1 once again, and we've sidestepped it. And maybe at some point it is a big protocol. It's got CZ putting his own money in. It's got Binance protecting it. Maybe at some point we do need to grab a bag for a trade. In the last live show, I showed, hey, we could have 5 waves down in Aster, and then it ended up being a low from 84 cents before it moved to $1.25. So that could have been a big trade, but it's hard to have conviction when airdrops are coming out and its performance has just been so lackluster.
I'm going to look at BNB here because it's having a pretty rough day, down 8%. I know I mentioned here on live, I thought, once again, this low back here probably needs spiked, and that is 932. So I still think probably that's in the cards. If Bitcoin goes to 98, it's going to go lower than that. Probably going to be back here at support at 850. So you can see volume totally in a free fall. That is 5-minute volume calculated every 5 minutes, posted daily on the daily chart. So giving us what I think is a true reading of what's going on intraday with volume. That's the Wyckoff Optimism Pessimism Index. So not looking too well. Another one, Tesla. That's one that I keep saying that I think could probably do well while the rest of the stock market maybe comes under pressure. That one touched a new high today. And if I can get any type of low risk stock buy, I think you want to be on Tesla. And while we're here, Yannick asking about SOL, let's bring that one up. That one did hit my alarm this morning, going to a new low below the liquidation low. So same type of thing. Don't let that LA wave count scare you, because I showed a breakdown to 80. And not sure we'll do that, but it definitely is coming under pressure now. I mean, once again, I know I mentioned probably break the 155 low. even if we're bullish, when Bitcoin breaks down, and we'll see how that one acts. And SUI down 11.5%. I think myself, on the liquidation sell, I think you just try to not see that that's there. And I think, I think we go back that low there, obviously at $1.71 is important. And if I'm right on Bitcoin and Ethereum, that $1.71 low is going to be tested, I'm sure. And one more, PLTR, earnings tomorrow, earnings Tuesday, yep. Breaking still the new highs, you can see purple are the momentum scan buys, gold is momentum scan sells. So it is on a buy from 165, trading 206. That one would scare me going into earnings, but otherwise it's hard to beat an uptrend. I remember back there when it was 20 and 30 and 40, everybody bad-mouthing it. The online social crowd loved it, and that has been definitely a home run for them. So back to Nick and I. I think I lost Nick's mic is gone for me. Not sure what happened there. I think some type of locked up. Nick, somehow you got muted. I think maybe I'm still okay, because I did lose Nick. Well, we went over, I think, everything we really wanted to, so I'm not sure what happened there. I don't see anything wrong. But I think I'm going to go ahead and knock this out and see why we lost Nick. But I'm going to go to one more screen here, the joint screen. Let's see if I think we lost Nick's mic for somehow. So I'm going to call it quits. And we will be here, or I will be here probably tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And we'll see if Bitcoin continues down and see if stocks try to roll over. Have a great one.